Hello and welcome to today's video where we're gonna make a different type of Chong Fan type of roll, this time in dessert form. And I'm going back into my blue dye ingredient and we're going to make it blue. This is a direct remix of the Malaysian kuih Dadar or Dadar Gulung recipe, also famous in Indonesia. So let's start. I've got 220 grams of potato starch and roughly 150-ish grams of rice flour. As you can see, I've already marked my water level. So I know this is roughly 1.1 liter of water. So the flour is already sinking to the bowl, and I expect her to have to change the water. I'm doing something different this time, so I'm actually starting this roughly 7:30 in the morning for lunch. So I'm only giving it like 5 to 6 hours. I'll try and do hourly washes and rinses, and I'll show you some of them but not all of them. So it's roughly about 30 to 45 minutes actually now. As you can see, everything's settled down. So this is the first wash we're going to do. So I'm just going to drain it, as you remember. I've got the water level marked already for later on, so that's okay. And you can kind of sort of see the flour already. So I'm just going to avoid that. Yeah, we don't need to be really anal about how much we pour out. As long as that's enough that you're changing. So I'm just going to try and fill it up to the brim, so it gets more water. And then we'll just do this again in about 45 minutes. I won't show you all of it, but I just wanted to walk through what I'm doing, similar to the previous recipe videos. And I'm just going to fill it up, and yeah, we're going to do this. I'll try and do it every 45 minutes or so, but yeah, if you can't do it that often, every hour minimum will be good. So I haven't forgot to mention that you should be stirring it during each wash. Otherwise, you're basically just changing the water and not doing anything with the flour. So yeah, stir it up and try and make sure that the flour is at least dissolved each time. You can see that I am stirring it up right now. But yeah, make sure that each time the flour is stirred and moved from the bottom. So it's about time, and after roughly 5 washes, more or less 5 washes, I'm going to measure the amount of water. If you remember, this is what we need to do. I'm going to measure how much water we're taking out here. And yeah, I think that's more or less there. Okay, so not much water, very interesting, roughly 200, slightly above 300 ml, although I'm going to just maybe take a bit of the starch off. So I've been a bit careful not to take out too much starch. So that's about, I would say, 300, more or less 300 ml fresh water that I'm doing. I don't know why it's a bit white, but it's fine. Okay, and let's get to it. So I've got my water almost coming to a boil. I'm going to put in 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of oil. So let's figure it out. Yeah, more or less that. Yep, 2 tablespoons oil. And I'm going to loosen and dig out the starch at the bottom. As mentioned, when you're cooking this, you must always be stirring the bottom, because even when you have put in or gotten the starch, the batter ready, if given a chance, it will always settle to the bottom. So always remember to stir out your batter when you're laying the new when you're making a new roll, or every time you're making one round. So yes, I'm got it ready, and now that the batter is more or less loose, I'm going to add the hot water gradually. Again, keeping an eye out for the red line. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I'm just going to put in slowly amount of water, and just to double check that we are in the red line zone. Okay, I think more or less there. Yeah, a bit more, I think I will. while I loosen up a bit more batter. It's still stuck down here. Just a bit more, I think. Yeah, just a bit more water. So just a bit more, and that's it. Okay, and that should be all. So let's get into what I'm doing or going to do. So I've got coconut flakes. I forgot. I'm going to start off with some milk that I need to warm up in the microwave. So I'm going with this amount. I think it should be enough. Basically, I'm going to heat this up to warm up, and then I'm going to put the desiccated coconut in to rehydrate. So I'll come back to it. To the warmed up milk that was done about 30 seconds in the microwave, I'm adding, I think I need a bit more. Adding a generous amount of this, and then I'm going to be adding sugar or some sweetener, obviously. You need some sort of sugar for this, otherwise it's not going to be so fun. And then I'm going to cook this up a bit, or at least the idea is to cook it up with some sugar. So while we're doing that, I have already had some blue pepper flowers that have been soaking in water, and the color is really strong. I hope it will show when we get to that stage. But yeah, I've got that also going on, and I'm going to cook this up to let it even to bloom it up. Sorry for that, don't have a better word to translate that. So I'm going to bloom that up in the pan together with some brown sugar, and we're going to start with that. So I'm just heating up my pan to bloom it. So I'm going to bloom up and cook up now. So this is going to drain the liquid, hopefully. I'm not too hot. I'm not trying to burn anything. I'm just trying to get the liquid to dry out and to soften this. And obviously I'm going to get the sugar to melt. So I'm just going to add to this bunch of sugar. So I'm going to go with some classic brown sugar to give it like the brown sugar taste that obviously is needed for this dish. So brown sugar, so I'm going to just cook it out now. And that's what it's doing. I'm going to taste this in a short while just to make sure the taste is what we expect. I can smell the coconut, desiccated coconut. It's definitely expanded very well. It's rehydrated well. I'm just hoping that it will soften up like this, but I think it should be okay. I'll add a bit more. I suspect I will need to add more brown sugar again, but yeah. I've got more of that, more of this, and then I'm just going to let it heat up and come to it. So I'm adding more sugar now. Just coming, let me look for it. Yep, I need some sweetener. And I'm adding more sugar just for the fragrance. The heavy lifting should have already been done by the sweetener. But this is more for the appearance and some base taste. And then let's get to it. So let me just do a small quick taste test for this. Just coming to this. Yeah, I'm quite hopeful. Europe doesn't have access to fresh desiccated coconut, so this is more or less your only option. But I wasn't very hopeful that this will work, but yeah, it works. I'm surprised. So anyway, desiccated coconut's done. Let's get to the next part. Obviously, I'm aware that I can't. The base batter that I have used or am using is not meant for desserts. So to that, I've added some pandan. Coloring and pandan coconut taste and color. So I hope that will help move it away from more of the what you call Cheong Fan type of savory dish taste to more like a dessert. But let's try it out. And in any case, I'm just going to dissolve this and then add the blue pea flour in, mixture in, and then get this ready to cook, because more or less we are ready to go. So we're finally ready, and this is the color we ended up with. No idea. Let's see. let's see how this turns out. And then, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so it's good thin. Well, not super thin, but yeah, it's good base. Yep, it's a good amount. Just going to top up a bit here. And then, yeah, cook it out and let's see what color it comes out with. I'll be curious, especially against my white plates. So, I've got it rolled up, and I'm just going to put this in. Yeah, it probably needs to be stuffed a bit more, a fair bit more compared to a normal chong fan roll, which you normally balance with the sauce anyway. So there's less need for the filling to be thicker in a chong fan typical roll, versus this, which does not normally have a sauce. Of course, you could easily put sugar on it, but I don't intend to, or some sort of syrup maybe. But let's see. I mean, I'm quite happy. I mean, considering the coloring, okay. I mean, it depends on your color sauce. So, yeah, with blue pea, it is natural, and I am using natural pandan coconut powder as well. So, I hope that keeps the natural color people happy. But yeah, that's just going to set that. Oops. And then let's do a bit on this side here and there. Okay. And then a bit there. And yeah. Okay, so second roll that we're going to roll up. I've just put the filling on. Yeah, and we're rolling this one up as well now. So we're going to put this out and let it roll. Oops. Yeah, it's breaking up here and there, but okay. I must say I quite like the color. The color does look quite reasonably passable for Dadar Gulung. I don't know if you've had experience with Dadar Gulung in Malaysia, but it's not that much different from the color. So the composition being different will of course be a factor. But let's see. When you taste this, let's see how it is on. So I'm just going to make this my next one. Yeah, let's just quickly cover it up. I may need a second batch. Yep, just to fill up the holes. Yep, yeah, I'm reaching the end of my better amount as well, so that's expected somehow. Oops, this one's not fully set. So yeah, come back to it and let's finish up with the rest. So to conclude, it turned out super well. So thanks to this goldzaf syrup that I'm using, it combined really well. The coconut was kind of missing a bit more sugar. Maybe I didn't put enough sugar by its own, but with this, it really gave you the taste of Dadar Gulung from Malaysia. So, I'm very surprised it turned out super well, and it works. Definitely works. So that's it. Like, subscribe, share, and comment, and see you in the next one. Yeah.